I've always been very curious about this, right? Like, how does this business of dealerships work? But would you recommend buying a demo car? If not, what are the things to look out for when buying a demo car? Let me rephrase it that.
So overall, last year we did a pro forma revenue of 6,800 crores.
Okay.
At a group level.
So what are the typical margins in a car sales business? Is service also as capital intensive, or is sales of retail breadth more? Out of your 6,000 crore odd revenue, what brand contributes to the maximum? Tell me the top 3 brands that contribute to this. How do you balance the power between the OEM and as a dealer to stand your own? If you had to start a new dealership, how do you think about it? What are the margins like? How does this business of sales work? So I'm on my way to Linking Road, Mumbai, going to the Mercedes Landmark. No, I'm not buying a Mercedes there. I'm actually meeting Aryaman, who is the executive director of the Landmark Group. For those of you in this part of the world, you know they have a large number of dealerships across BYD, Jeep, Mercedes, MG, and so on. And in today's video, we are going to be understanding the business of cars. What does it mean to run a dealership network? Where are the margins across sales, service? Is it a real estate business? What does it really entail? So yeah, very excited to be covering so many cars today. See you there in a bit.
If you're new here, I'm Pranay. I talk about personal finance and cars, not in a textbook kind of a way, but in a way that a friend would explain it and you'd actually get it. If that sounds like your thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Takes 2 seconds for you, but gives me a signal that I should keep making this stuff. All right, let's go.
You want to quickly introduce yourself for our audience?
Yes, yeah, thanks Pranay. Absolute pleasure to be on your show. So I'm Aryaman Thakker. I'm the executive director of Landmark Cars Limited, or Group Landmark as we are known by. Group Landmark is the largest premium and luxury auto retailer in India, representing 11 brands across 13 states.
11 brands.
And,
What is the list of brands?
So, starting with the brand we are in,
Yeah.
Mercedes Benz,
Yeah.
of whom we are the largest dealers in India. We are dealers for BYD, MG,
Yeah.
Jeep,
Yeah.
Mahindra and Mahindra, MG Select, Kia,
Renault.
Volkswagen.
अच्छा ये बता दो किसके नहीं
Honda.
हो डीलर. Let me flip it that way. इतने सारे brands हैं तो but very cool, man. I think I've always been very curious about this, right? Like, how does this business of dealerships work? And you guys have been in this for a while now. So help me understand this. One, when did you guys start? How did Landmark Group come about? Your origin story, really.
So, yeah, that's an interesting question. So, the group was started in 1998
Okay.
by my father, Sanjay Thakker, who's our chairman.
Okay.
I'm the second generation in the business. So, the company started with a single dealership of Honda cars back in Ahmedabad.
Okay.
In 98. The family has originally been from Mumbai, but the opportunity for that dealership came up in Ahmedabad.
Okay.
And that's how the first dealership came about. For the first 8 to 10 years, we were predominantly only dealing with Honda.
Okay.
We had expanded in
And
other
this is
cities.
which year? Sorry.
So the first one started in 98.
Okay. So
And
till up until 2008, we were only Honda.
2008, we were only Honda dealers.
In Ahmedabad only, or
No.
had you expanded?
We had expanded in other cities of Gujarat as well, like Surat, Rajkot,
Okay.
and Mehsana and other parts.
Sorry.
And then in 2008, we expanded with brands like Volkswagen. Then 2009, we got Mercedes Benz. Again, all of that was in Gujarat at that point. And after that, we went to other states. So amongst the very few who successfully kind of went across state boundaries. Because historically, the auto dealership
It's a very
business,
local
Yes, has been a very sort of a family owned and operated setup where the spreads are generally uh, are local or at best regional.
Yeah, correct. Within the state, maybe. Yeah.
Within the state, and most are possibly concentrated in one or two cities at best. So we, I think, broke that sort of a threshold back then and went to Madhya Pradesh, then we went to West Bengal, and then things started
From
kind of
Gujarat to
happening.
West Bengal, huh? That's quite the cultural shift. But yeah, how does this business work really? Like, I'll be honest, right? A few years ago, I saw this big ad on Economic Times where Porsche had come out
Yes.
with a expression of interest that if you are someone who has a dealership or you want to open a Porsche dealership, contact us. And this friend of mine and my friend works at Cars 24. I think he'll kill me. But yeah, he works at Cars 24, so he's also in the car world. So I was like, bhai, kaise, how does it start? And he told me that it's a very capital intensive, a very high moat around it. So tell me, help me understand this if somebody is thinking of starting a dealership, or like if you had to start a new dealership, how do you think about it? What are the margins like? How does this business of sales work? And then we'll come later to service, so you can bundle the two also.
Sure. So it's so the dealership, of course, is one's what you see from outside. You see all the big glamorous,
Absolutely. Very glamorous, very
glamorous
fun.
showrooms, the
Yeah.
cars, and of course that's very exciting and
Yes.
interesting. But behind that, as is in every business, it's a hardcore sort of a retail setup. It's a high turnover, low margin sort of business where you need to kind of be very focused on what you do and not get carried away and all the glamour around you. So the business is predominantly split between, to keep it very simple, between sales and service. Sales, of course, is the selling distribution of cars, the new cars, and the service, which is the after sales business, where you kind of cater to the service of those cars for a number of years. For certain brands, certain models, you do get bulk deals.
Bulk deals, what's up?
Bulk deals, maybe there are some fleet operators who
Got it.
kind of buy cars.
Got
You
it.
get corporate orders.
Got it.
You get customers
What
who
constitutes a bulk deal? How many number of cars should you be looking to buy if you will call it a bulk?
it depends on the brand, I would say.
Okay.
Like for example, in a Mercedes, anything over 2 cars is considered as a combo deal.
Okay.
Generally, when a couple of friends or relatives or some corporates get together to buy a car.
And that could be even an entry level, say a GLA.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, got it.
It
And
could
say
also
for a
be a
Renault.
mixture of a couple of models, but
got it.
it's been bought together by that group.
And do people do dealerships usually give discounts when it comes to bulk? Like, do they get a better package of sorts? If not discounts, maybe value added benefits that get layered on top?
Generally, they do, to be very honest. And the thing also is that from many a times, even the manufacturer from their side, if you are getting a larger order, they have special benefits that they pass on, or they have policies where you can take benefit by buying.
Got it. Okay, my next question, and you can decline to answer this if you so choose to. What are the typical margins in a car sales business like? And you can again maybe bifurcate it by a mark to say something mid-level in the 30-35 lakh mark to say something which is 11-12 lakh rupee mark, or other margins consistent across?
I'll be happy to answer that question because we are a public company and our numbers are anyway out in the public domain.
Got it.
So on the sales side, broadly speaking, the new car margins would broadly be in the range of depending on the brands, would be anywhere in the range of 6 to 8%.
Oh, that's
speaking. Yes. So and many brands, sometimes you have some volume linked incentives. It depends brand wise.
It becomes slightly sweeter if you have a certain threshold that you're meeting. Okay.
And that's why once you get a certain scale, you can benefit from that. And for most of the brands that we represent, we are their largest dealers in India. Consistently, we have kind of expanded with them over a period of time.
Nice. So 6 to 8% is across luxury versus mass market, or
so
does it vary?
Yes, of course, it varies depending on the segment. But you, as you go kind of up the tier, you may get a slightly higher benefit, but of course, you have a lower volume to play with.
Got it.
And then, of course, at the very, very high end, where you have like the super luxury segment and all, where there the margins may be different, but again, it's a slightly niche segment of the market.
Got it. And while staying on this, we'll come to service in a bit. While staying on the topic of sales, how do you, and given you guys expanded from say a Honda to all these different brands, 11 brands now, what was the decision making process to be like choosing the brands? Because I'm sure at some point you would have to take a decision कि I'm again hypothetically अब आपका Mercedes का showroom है और आपने decide किया that I'm going to do Mercedes and not say a BMW or an Audi. How did you come around that decision making framework? That do you take a bet on the brand essentially कि ये brand मुझे लगता है इंडिया में grow करेगा इसलिए मुझे इसकी dealership ले लेनी चाहिए, or is it something other, some other factors? And again, you can choose not to answer this.
No, I'll be happy to. Again, this is something we've been covering and questions. So we have our logic in place. The way we generally approach it at Landmark is first threshold is that brand sort of focused on India, or how important is India in the overall thing of the brand? Is it a fringe play? Is it something they are dedicated on? Are they willing to have they invested money or are in the process of betting big on the country? That is one of the key thresholds initially. And then what happens also is that while deciding on which brand and the location. Coming to the brand again, it's also once we have crossed that threshold that okay, they are focused on India, then we get deep into that what is the lineup, what are the expectation, then and we of course do our analysis as well as to where exactly do we see this brand going in the midterm as well as the long term. So once we enter, the idea is to then
make them grow,
and also grow with the brand in multiple geographies.
And then the other question is then within, again, very noob question for me, right? I'm very new to this world. But say, for example, now you have a Mercedes. Does that mean you have a exclusivity with Mercedes within this segment and you can't get a dealership of their immediate competition, which is say an Audi or a BMW? Or you're like, no, that's not how this works. I can have, Landmark can be retailing all three.
So, the theoretical answer is that there is no such exclusivity as such across segments. Like when back in 2008, when we had Honda, we took Volkswagen, which was in a similar segment. And now we have many other brands in that segment, a Jeep or a Mahindra, MG, Kia. So from that perspective, if you are able to have a professional approach, keep distinct teams and operations for those brands and kind of do justice to all of those brands, then there is
OEMs are okay with it.
Nothing which stops you from growing. The other point was that one is the brand and the other also is that how do we decide which brand works in a geography. So it matters because it's not only the brand, it's also the city and the brand combination that needs to really work.
Oh, you have a different strategy there? So say, for example, you could do a Audi in Calcutta and a Mercedes in Bombay if you think that that's how the market is?
No, one can. So, like I'll take an example of Mumbai. While we've been born and raised in Mumbai and the family's been here for many generations, the business started in 98, but the first dealership in Mumbai opened only in 2017.
19 years later.
Exactly.
Why?
Again, because Mumbai is a very different sort of a animal when it comes to operating dealerships. The costs are at a certain level, a certain segment of car work here. So you need to have that right combination. And so the first dealership that we opened in Mumbai was Mercedes. Then we went with Jeep, then with BYD. Now, of course, we have MG and Renault also here. But the economics of each brand works differently in each city. So you need to get that combination right.
Got it. So you entered Mumbai a lot later with a luxury premium approach and not Honda.
Yes, so Mumbai works better economically from for a premium luxury brand.
Smart. Okay, cool. Jumping into service now. Maybe even before that, if you had to, and I know these numbers are public, if you had to sort of like tell me what your overall upper top line looks like between sales, between service, or if there are any other such line items as well, if you can just broadly break it down for me.
Sure. So overall, last year we did a pro forma revenue of 6,800 crores
Okay.
at a group level. Service contributed just over 1,000 crores of
Oh, that's
revenue.
it. Okay.
So, but I think Landmark is one of the few companies in India who has a service revenue across segments of crossing 1,000 crores. I believe the second, and don't fully quote me on this, what I've read is Eureka Falls, who has crossed that 1,000 crore barrier. So the service is an interesting business. Service is, while from a revenue standpoint, if you look at it, it's
16%,
70%. It generally is. It depends. So if when there are new car launches, new vehicle launches, the sales revenue looks a little higher.
Yeah.
But service for us, the way we look at it, it's an annuity business.
Yeah. Yeah. At least for the 3 to 5 year mark before they leave your workshop and go to the roadside workshop.
So we have been growing on service at a 14.5-15% CAGR over the last 10 years.
And sales?
Sales again, because depending on the expansion that we do, it kind of fluctuates. But for sales as well, we've been growing consistently faster than the industry average. So service is a high margin business and the annuity business. So
what are the margins like in service? Given you just said 6 to 8 on the cars.
So service, again, all these numbers are in the public domain, but we are on the service side approximately a 40% gross margin and 18% EBITDA margin business.
Nice.
For us.
And is the investment in service also equally intensive? I would assume so, given you need machinery, equipment to be doing it, or like is it like what your retail's presence? Like I saw your Linking Road showroom right now, right? It's crazy. It's one prime real estate. Two, it is very well maintained. It is obviously comes with its overheads. Is service also as capital intensive, or is sales or retail presence more?
So for Landmark, what we do is that we we are generally an asset light organization.
Oh, you are an asset light.
We only do rentals.
Okay.
So out of 140 plus outlets that we run pan India right now, only 2 are owned. Everything else is taken on long-term lease.
Including the ones in Mumbai.
Including the ones in Mumbai. So only our headquarters in Ahmedabad, that building, and one other outlet for us are owned. Everything else is taken on lease at market rents. But service and sales, broadly, service also would take a similar amount, or sometimes depending on the location, a little lesser, though the rentals and the investment in the capex would be on a per square foot basis a little lower than sales.
Because I'm sure the workshops will be slightly in a it doesn't need to be prime real estate.
It doesn't need to be prime real estate, and you don't invest that heavily in the customer interface elements apart from the front office.
Yeah.
But it's spread over a larger area.
Got it. Yeah. So similar. My net is you're saying that
it kind of evens out.
Yeah. So after you guys went public, how has your expansion strategy been? Like, how have you thought of expansion in more brands, more cities? What's the thought there?
Since the time we've gone public, actually we've added 3 new brands.
Okay.
I think at least 3 new states and multiple cities. So what we realized post listing also was that some of our brands at that point were growing at par or under the pace of the industry.
Okay.
And we kind of needed to add a few more brands as well to properly further diversify and to grow at the pace we wanted to and future-proof ourselves. So that's when we added brands like MG Motors, Mahindra and Mahindra, and Kia in quick succession. And in the last 2 years, we've opened 40 outlets across these brands, plus a few others which were already with us.
Mahindra and Kia seem like the bets that have paid off well, right? Given we're growing so fast. MG maybe not as much.
Actually, all three.
Oh yeah.
MG also has been doing quite well.
Oh yeah, with their EV portfolio.
Yes, with their EV portfolio, they've had good success. The Windsor is the largest selling EV model in India.
Yeah.
And so all three, we remain bullish on for the future.
Nice. I feel like this diversification is an interesting topic you bring up, right? Because the OEM versus the dealership nuance. I don't know how openly can you talk about it, but I'll give you an example, right? And I don't know if I'll keep this or not. But back, I grew up in Varanasi, for context. I grew up in Varanasi, and one of my close friends had a Mahindra dealership.
Okay.
Okay, it was called something. Let's not take names. And it was the only Mahindra dealership in Eastern UP of sorts. So what that meant was that he got a lot of traffic from Ghazipur, Mirzapur, all of these nearby, Jaunpur, from all the rural area. And so very fledgling business of not the passenger cars as much, but the commercial vehicles.
Correct.
What ended up, and then one fine day, we found out that the dealership was stripped away from them. And they set up a new dealer within the same city, within the same thing. I don't know what happened with Mahindra. Something happened in the 90s. Something happened that their dealership was taken away and all their eggs are in that basket.
Okay.
And then they literally had to give out, and this was an owned setup. They did not lease it out. They had to lease that Mahindra showroom to a bank. So today there's a bank there.
Okay.
Because the Mahindra showroom was entirely shut and it was moved to another one. And from what I heard was that there was some issue with the OEM and then that led to this. That's what I'm getting to. Is diverse. Is that a true risk that you see as the OEMs become bigger and start commanding more of, like, how do you balance the power between the OEM and as a dealer to stand your own? One is obviously you keep growing to make sure that the OEM has to take you seriously. And if they leave, but is there something else as well at play here?
It's an interesting question actually, but it's so how I would put it is that yes, of course there is a certain sort of give or take in relationship. You are finally at the end of the day representing those brands in the markets. So I think two things what you asked. One is on the diversification bit, and the second is that how do you balance the relationship with the brands that you have? I think the first one, yes, diversification. Of course, I think you need to have a good sort of a mix of brands that you represent. That's what our belief has been, which allow you to cater to a larger part of the market. And because for us, we are into the business of auto retail and nothing else. So we look at it as a proper retail setup with professionals. It's not a family operated business. So to partner with the brands to kind of expand with those brands has been a core philosophy for us. And as you see, we are now a bouquet of brands of India in a way. And what used to happen earlier is that, and to an extent, auto retail in India has primarily been kind of a family-owned, operated business model. Historically, I think going back to maybe the 70s, 80s, when the first generation of dealers came, and then more and more, where it was people were looking at it as a mixture of getting the brand, looking at it more as getting a brand rather than necessarily a business. It was a pseudo real estate play as well. where the real estate would appreciate
Yeah.
and kind of the focus would be there. But I think as the market, India now is the third largest auto market in the world, behind China and the US. And we are growing at a fast pace and will continue to for a reasonable amount of time. Uh, I think as the market has also scaled, the OEMs have also started realizing uh, that they want dealers who are not necessarily only from the traditional approach, but people who kind of are more in the business, who are more compliant, who are more organized,
Yeah. Easier to
who
deal with also, right?
easier to
For,
deal
for
with,
these OEMs.
and who can possibly grow with them, expand with them, scale with them,
Yeah.
invest in people and resources.
Have the setup to
Yes,
scale at the same speed and ambition as say the OEM is. Yeah.
exactly. And who can kind of go along with the ups and downs of the industry.
Yeah. Fair. You brought up a very interesting point about real estate. And again, traditionally I've seen this as well, right? Like in Delhi, there is this strip of road called Mathura Road. I'm sure you've seen it.
We have our dealership.
There you go, right? All dealerships are there.
Yeah.
Like every single dealership is there on that road. And I've heard back in the day that land we used to sell at like peanuts. The price was nothing. And I feel like as those dealerships came up, I think those were the first businesses to come up there, and then slowly that land went up. And now some of those owners of those dealerships don't even make as much money from the dealerships as much as like the land has gone up, and the real net worth actually lies in the land now. So is that something that you guys also think about, or is that not your approach? You want to make sure that the business is operationally profitable, operationally scalable, operationally doing well, and this is not a real estate play for Landmark versus the other dealerships you actually have, they think about real estate as a play.
For us, it's a completely and only a retail play, an
Got
auto
it.
retail play,
Got it.
because we are not in the business of real estate.
Got it.
And that has been the mindset since day one,
Got it.
where, as you were discussing, it's out of what 140 odd outlets, so only two are actually owned by the organization. Everything else is on lease. The idea was that do we invest the limited capital we had
Fair.
in further expanding our retail presence, or do we block
Or
it
going
in,
deeper into, yeah.
or do we block it in real estate? So we chose to run it as a uh, retail play,
Got it.
focus on operational efficiencies and focus on per outlet profitability as a standalone automobile dealership or a
Got it.
workshop.
Yeah, makes sense. Last question before I'm now, we have reached the BYD showroom, which I'm very excited because I'm going to be driving the Sealion 7, which I have been a big fan of. But before that, last question. Out of your 6,000 crore odd revenue, what brand contributes to the maximum? Tell me the top three brands that contribute to this.
So, our top three brands in terms of overall revenue contribution would be Mercedes. In the last quarter would be MG at number 2 and BYD at number 3 in
Wow.
terms of revenue
I
contribution to
wouldn't
the
have
top line.
guessed that. I would have guessed Mercedes for sure up there, given the ticket price and the market share and just the way it's going. But I would have guessed maybe a Mahindra ahead of MG, which I'm surprised that it's not. I mean, I guess you guys are wider with MG and not as wide with Mahindra yet.
Yes, we are growing with Mahindra. We
Yeah.
are there with them in 2 states, but expanding more. So,
Got it.
yes, MG, we have a slightly bigger presence right now, and BYD has been doing very well. We are
BYD is killing it.
and we are like 20% plus of their national volumes right now. So that's been also growing at a fast pace.
Cool. Let's go. You guys didn't think of Volvo?
No, I think Mercedes was the opportunity that we got back in 2009, and we got a lot of opportunity to actually grow with them.
Yeah. Yes.
So one point I forgot, actually, I just remembered right
Mm.
now when you asked the previous question about how do you kind of diversify and how do you keep on, in a way, growing with the brands and the balance. So the answer is that if you are able to consistently deliver and perform for the brand, uh, not only in terms of like meeting their standards or their what
But say
they out, but generally you perform and you are consistent, you are compliant, you're and clear, then that opportunity to expand, an opportunity to kind of be a part of the network inherently is there. It's because it's then a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yeah. So basically, be a high performer for them, and so that they will not be.
No, I think consistent performer. I won't even necessarily say high performer, but consistent performer, be compliant, clear, and
The one question is that isn't that also a function? Like, for example, what is there in the hands of the dealership? The dealership has margins that they can probably trade off at some point to maybe meet targets. They have the experience, so the experience that you give to the consumer. They what else does, because eventually it's a product that is selling. Dealership is obviously helping bridge the gap between the OEM and the customer. But what are the different levers that you have as a dealership to be able to sell more?
the thing is that actually, yes, the customer may, and nowadays customers are actually very intelligent. They're extremely well read on what they want.
Yeah.
So most of the customers, before they walk into the dealership, they've done their research on the model, the make. They've narrowed down significantly from all the options that are there.
Yeah.
So one is that why would a customer choose your dealership over someone else's if there is a multi-dealer environment that you are in? It's one basis the how you are able to kind of attract him, what sort of experience you are able to give him.
Yeah.
From the time he inquires till the time he converts, hopefully.
Yeah.
So how are you engaging with him? How do you how transparent are you with him? How effective your communication is?
Yeah.
And the other is that how well can you develop the market? What sort of activities do you do? What sort of customer outreach events that you do?
Yeah.
So the customer knows everything. He's checked your Google ratings. He's checked everything. He's asked some people and come. So, and for Landmark, the idea has always been that we want to position ourselves and we want to be the trusted retailer of choice.
Yeah.
So that customer comes to us over someone else.
Nice. No, makes sense. Okay. What about this car? Let's switch gears into this. How do you like the Sealion? What's your honest assessment of this car? Is it doing well?
It's doing very well.
Selling
it's doing very well. There's actually a wait list right now on the car.
Oh.
Because the cars are coming in as imports.
These are CBUs.
They are CBUs right now, and the product, as you can see it, I think it's a incredible product at this price point.
How much is it? 48, 50, right? Broadly?
There are two variants. I think it's between 50 to 55 on road that you get both of them for.
काफी सही है.
But BYD as a brand has been doing quite well, and they're the leaders in the new energy vehicle space globally.
This is almost like a stripped down Porsche, just from one performance perspective, also from a fit and finish standpoint. I love that how this screen, you can make it from portrait to landscape.
Correct.
So cool.
So, yeah, though I personally find that from a usage perspective.
Absolutely, because this is blocking your road also.
Correct.
The road view, and two, I think it'll happen.
Yeah. So in the BYD, if you see in the Sealion as well as the Seal, there will be a badge under at the back, which actually I think in this says 4.2 or 4.5. That is actually the 0 to 100 time.
That's crazy. Yeah, performance like of these EVs is absolutely mind-boggling. Like, imagine back in the day before EVs came, to get to anything less than a 10-second would be like, oh wow, this is a great car. Now they're making 5 seconds, 0 to 100 in 5 seconds, make look like a joke. From your Mahindra EVs to obviously this is much more like it's another segment altogether, but it's pretty crazy. All right, coffee time. Do you like coffee?
Yeah, I enjoy my coffee
Right.
a couple of times a day. More into a espresso or a macchiato, short, quick thing that does the job.
Macchiato is very efficient.
It is.
There is also another one I discovered recently. It's called Piccolo.
Oh yes.
It's
Yeah,
basically like a half cappuccino,
correct.
which has now become my go-to.
It's actually nice, and you have a cortado as well, but
Cortado, yeah.
that's like a double shot with
Yeah,
the same amount of
yeah.
milk.
So Piccolo is slightly less
Correct.
potent.
Correct.
Okay, I wanted to talk another thing about you, which is that now that you have 11 dealerships, you have access to like, I don't even know how many cars and models. What are the cars that you personally drive and enjoy driving or being driven in? What are your favorites out of these?
The I'll give you a background. The thing was that the business was started when I was around 6 years old.
Yeah.
The auto retail
Yeah.
business, but I have actually been a, a car enthusiast possibly since I was 1 or 2.
Oh,
So I've had scrapbooks and all of that, and I think my father sometimes jokes that he got into this. The idea of this business came about because I was so interested in it. I think it's a good story to
so
say.
you're
but
the reason. You're the reason behind Landmark. Here.
yeah,
You'll take that.
I'll take that. But so yeah, I think I actually enjoy different, honestly, types of cars. From EV, we have an Atto 3 which I use very frequently to AMG that I drive
Which one?
on the weekends as well.
What AMG is this?
I have an AMG GTS, the previous generation, which
What color?
it's a solar beam yellow
Mm.
is the color.
Beautiful. We should have got that today.
Yeah, but we thought that let's possibly save that for the next episode.
Done. Tell us in the comments if you want to see that AMG coming back. Okay, so what do you drive every day? Like, what's your daily driver?
So daily, the two answers. One in Mumbai mainly it is either the Atto 3 or the GLC SUV which is used at home. So either one. But otherwise, in whichever city, whatever brand we represent, that's the preference.
So Atto 3 and GLC, those are your two.
And weekend is my
Yeah.
is the GT. Yes.
Where do you drive the GT Coastal Road? All of this?
Yeah, Mumbai has some great roads coming up.
Yes.
So the coastal road is there, the Atal Setu is there.
Yes.
So and sometimes with a bunch of friends, kind of just meet up for a morning coffee.
Nice.
And
let your cars rip.
Yeah, in the within speed limits, of course.
Right. But you don't like the E-Class? Like, do you?
Oh, I think E-Class is great. We before the GLC for many years, we used an E-Class at home, and fantastic car. So the E-Class actually is the most successful luxury car in India. It is
In terms of units sold.
In terms of units sold, even now it continues to be the highest selling luxury car in India.
Ahead of the C-Class?
Yes, ahead of the C-Class. I'm not only saying in Mercedes, I'm saying across the luxury brand spectrum.
It's really their bread and butter.
No, it's a fantastic offering if you look at it. The space, comfort, performance, it kind of ticks all boxes.
Yeah. It's a very comfortable city car, the 200. And the 450, obviously, if you are an enthusiast who wants to drive yourself and you want to have fun with it, then the 450 is crazy.
The 450 is crazy, but the 450 also you can enjoy from both seats, gives you that option.
Correct. You guys don't have Toyota, right?
No, we don't do Toyota. So Honda was our first brand.
Yeah.
We are also the largest partners in India
Yeah.
right now, and it continues to do quite well. So that's again where your city selection comes in play.
Where is Honda doing well? Which cities?
So Honda for us, we are there with them in Gujarat, we are with them in Madhya Pradesh
Okay.
and Rajasthan.
And you're saying it's doing well in those states?
Yeah, so those type of cars you need to kind of see where it does well, where there is a market like the Elevate, the Amaze. So in markets like Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and all, they have a good healthy demand for those cars.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think everyone who I've spoken to has a positive take on the brand.
Yeah. But
They enjoy a good brand recall, and
Yeah.
like most people at some point in their lives would have
aspired
aspired to
Honda.
own or may have owned one.
Yeah. Agreed. Very few people have had a bad experience with the brand as such. It's just that the brand stopped innovating and bringing products in India compared to what others are doing. And so I feel like they started lagging.
But yeah, I think
Love the head-up system. This was another great car that was discontinued.
the Corolla.
Corolla Altis. Again, I think this is the demise of the sedans is
Yeah, that segment is
good. There's nothing in that segment. Like like Virtus Slavia, not that segment. They're a segment lower. in my
lower.
opinion.
Yeah.
But Octavia was that segment. It's not there.
Correct.
Elantra used to be that segment. It's gone.
It was that Civic segment.
Civic segment. It's all gone. Zero cars in that segment now. This car is so smooth and like I've just not felt that I'm driving such a big heavy car all this while. Very, very comfortable. So let's play a game. 20 lakh rupees and less. Which car would you recommend?
Again, I think
Self-driven.
It's
City.
self-driven. It's city. Then maybe something fits like a second, third. So like a additional car in the house, or possibly it's mainly city-driven. Then possibly a EV would also do. If it's in the sub 20 lakh price point, then maybe MG Windsor would be a fantastic option, or the new Renault Duster.
Yeah.
That itself is a great new car. So,
Have you driven the Duster? I haven't.
the new one, I've not gotten a chance to drive it yet. But talking to our teams, I think whoever's driven it is really talking highly of it.
Yeah. No, it looks great as well. I'm actually quite excited about the Duster.
They've focused a lot on the driving dynamics of that car.
Cool. Third and the final car of the day.
Yeah.
The MG Windsor.
India's best-selling EV model in the last year.
I love the space there is on offer here. One of my colleagues, oh my god, the
Back
so,
is you.
so one of my colleagues says he uses as his workstation. He sits on the back seat, he gets driven around and he's put some accessories there and he just puts his laptop there on the way back from work and 1 घंटा बैठ के वो काम करता है उसमें. कह रहा है बहुत ही सही सोफे जैसी सीट है. He really enjoys it. I have never driven it before, so I'm excited to drive this.
No, it's excellent, and I think you can recline the back seats as well. So it's like
very nice.
I think their tagline was that live business class. So it was a full experience that they offer.
Yeah, no, I am excited to drive this and see how this does. also the power delivery is so smooth now in all these EVs that even the Sealion that we just drove, so smooth, so fun, so easy, no nonsense. We had such a long conversation and we just couldn't, it didn't really feel like it despite the traffic in the roads that we are in.
So I think EVs are inherently like very effortless to drive in the city.
Okay. Aryaman, I have another question for you. You deal in demo cars also, right? I saw a few parked there.
Yes.
What is your opinion, unbiased opinion, okay, about demo cars? Do you, and I know it's not one size fits all, but would you recommend buying a demo car? If not, what are the things to look out for when buying a demo car? Let me rephrase it that way.
Would I yes, I absolutely would recommend people to buy a demo car, and I routinely do to friends and acquaintances as well when they ask. See, because most often the demo car, the first thing is that it is the buyer would be the first owner on paper, because many a times they are run on trade plates for a limited number of time.
Yeah.
And most of them are maintained to a high standard because that is the first car that you would show to a potential customer.
Yeah.
So the servicing, maintenance is there, and they are not, depends on the brand again, but it's not used that heavily.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, I think for it's a value buy. I think if you are looking at getting it at a certain price point, then a demo car surely should be considered.
Are there any checks that someone should go through? Because like while Landmark might be maintaining the demo car as well, I have heard of horror stories where customers, some unruly customers might hit it somewhere, or like would you recommend to go through the full check and like do almost a PDI of sorts?
You should. Of
Right.
course, I think there's no harm in doing a PDI, a service history check, to make sure that it's maintained well, that if there has been any damage or accident to the car, it's been kind of repaired to the OEM standard.
Yeah.
So that you must do.
And how much discount can one expect on demo cars?
See, again, it's not one size fits all, because different brands have different requirements on how long you need to use or keep the demo cars for. But on an average, what we have seen is that anywhere around 8 to 10% is the difference that you see on demo cars. Because some brands have a mandate to rotate the demo cars every 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
In some brands, you use it for 12 to 15 months. So the price varies.
Tell me which are the 12 to 15 months and which are the 4 to 6 months?
Uh,
Or let me flip it. How much, how long does the Mercedes E, this E200 that we have here?
So Mercedes is based on the months. It's also based on the mileage. So I think every few thousand kilometers, you need to change the demo cars. Some brands have 6 months. Some brands which are more on the premium side, you can use the cars for up to 12 months as well.
Okay. So merit, you're saying there is merit in evaluating and not dismissing them entirely. You might find a good deal on a demo car, but do the checks and balances well, do a PDI to ensure that you're not getting something which is possibly accidental or has some issues. What about the warranty? The warranty is from the date of the invoice, which means you are not getting the full warranty, you're getting
a slightly shorter warranty.
Yeah.
But many manufacturers allow you to buy an extended coverage on the demo cars also.
Got it.
So at the time of sale, you can extend that warranty for a sum for the limit.
Another question. So demo cars is one resale market, right? But what about, like, you guys do car exchange also, right? And I'm sure you get a lot of, you have a full bouquet of pre-owned cars. How much money do you typically make on that business? I know we didn't speak about this earlier, but is that a substantial, or is that like, what are the margins typically like in the resale business?
See, the pre-owned cars, if I was to talk of an overall segment, the fact is that the pre-owned car, if I look at just the gross margin, then you would typically make a slightly higher gross margin than on new car sales. That's been the logic that the industry has gone by.
Yeah.
When you buy that car and sell it to the end customer.
Yeah.
But in pre-owned cars, what you need to also keep in mind is that to run a successful pre-owned car business, because the average selling price of a pre-owned car in India is under 4 lakh rupees.
Yeah.
If I was to look at the overall
Okay.
market, which includes the mass market brands as well.
Okay.
So at that point, even if, for example, you make a 10-11% or a 10-12% sort of a gross margin on that car, if I was to look at just the value number, it's not that, it's still small. So you need to be very focused on your fixed costs. Your
cost management becomes more important, you're saying?
Cost management becomes more important, and then at what scale are you able to do it? So your holding cost, your refurbishment cost, your employee costs. So all of that needs to be kept under a tight check to be actually make it a very profitable sort of a model. And not many in India have been able to do it successfully.
And at scale
At scale.
Yeah.
Of course, in their own markets and in a smaller scale, that's one part, but at scale.
Yeah.
So for us, we've kind of narrowed down the problem. We only focus on buying and selling used cars of the brands we represent.
Yeah. So what about
that is our expertise.
Say for example, somebody from Hyundai comes to upgrade to an MG or buy an MG, and they said कि कोई car exchange आप कर सकते हो, so you won't take that Hyundai at all?
We will take it.
But you will give it to another dealer?
But we will then possibly offload it in the open market. We will not buy it and hold it in our inventory.
And so if you offload it into the market, will you make money on it?
You do. You make some commission back to on what you call as a back-to-back sale. So you make a small percentage margin there, but
nothing meaningful.
Nothing very, very meaningful. But it's still.
It's basically, I think, this is in the spirit of providing a service to the customer as opposed to making money.
Yes, I think it's more from that, and in a way, it also helps facilitate a new car sale.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's about it, and our idea has been that so far we've not entered the pre-owned car space in a very meaningful way.
Yeah.
But I think hopefully soon we'll make a larger inroad here.
You were also talking about a loyalty program that you're thinking, right? Across your 11 brands. What was that? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So we are launching this program called as Landmark Miles.
Okay.
I'm not sure if anyone in the auto retail space has launched a loyalty program like this in India at least.
Yeah.
The idea is that we reward customers for being kind of transacting with Landmark. The idea has always been that how do we retain a customer, not only for the duration of him owning that specific vehicle,
for a longer time frame,
but can we own him? Can we keep him a part of the Landmark family across his automotive buying life cycle through sales, after sales? So we said that and retaining a customer is always cheaper than acquiring new customers. So with that in mind, we are launching this Landmark Miles program, and the idea is that we reward the customer for every transaction that he does across brands in sales as well as service and anything else, be it insurance renewal or a finance top-up, whatever he does. In the hope that we'll kind of keep engaging with him and
give money in the long term.
Yes, make money in the long term, but also kind of give back for them continuing to place their trust with us.
Nice. Makes sense. When is this launching?
We are launching it end of this month, which is I think end of June or early July is when this program will go live.
Got it. Okay, I also see you have a nice watch on your wrist, and I generally notice watches. So tell me more. What are you wearing, and what are your watch shocks? Shocks. So, Hindi wala shock.
So I think cars and watches
go hand in hand.
Go hand in hand, and most car enthusiasts are found to be watch enthusiasts like yourself, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So currently I have an Explorer 2 Rolex Explorer 2 on my hand, and
Is this
I-
your daily? Like you wear this?
yes, yeah, I think many a times. I think it's a very, it's my kind of a grab and go.
Yeah.
And I was admiring your
I'm
your
surprised
watch
you
as
you
well.
noticed my watch. This is a loaner from the folks at Bangalore Watch Company. They have graciously sent it to me for a few months to try on.
But it's actually, they do a great job. I think I've been following Bangalore Watch Company for a while.
Yeah.
Be it the Mark 1 or the name, was it the Artemis? The
Peninsula.
the Peninsula, yes. They had one with a cricket theme as well. They had one with the space theme.
Yes.
So it's quite interesting what they've been doing.
Yeah. So they have sent. I quite like the salmon pink dial. I've been actually looking for a pink dial watch for a while, and given the skin tone I have, somehow this pink sort of fit well. So I was like, "Chalo, ye pehn ke dekhte hain thodi der."
Works
But
very
what is
well.
your other favorite watch brands? Indian, foreign, whatever.
So I think I've generally kind of gravitate a bit away from the, to be honest, the very kind of hype pieces. I like slightly more understated ones, which if you know, kind of stuff.
Quiet.
Yes, and people who know what
Yeah.
it is, they appreciate it.
Yeah.
So another brand I quite like actually is IWC.
Yeah. You're the second person who said this. Hormons also said he likes IWC a few episodes ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he's also quite into his watches, and he enjoys them.
The glorious panda.
He does. So the IWC Engineer is another one that I quite like right now, apart from, of course, their Pilots range.
Yeah.
But I think very interesting to see that watch culture also really kind of takes shape in India and the way it's coming up.
And what other watches do you have?
So apart from this, I have a Tudor in the collection, a Black Bay.
Black Bay. Yeah.
Black Bay 58.
Great buy. Like a great no-nonsense buy.
Yes, that's another one which I like wearing on a daily basis. I have a Seamaster.
Seamaster, not Speed.
No, a Seamaster, the No Time to Die one, the
James Bond
titanium one. That was quite an interesting one, and a few other things here and there.
Nice. Very cool. I think that's pretty much brought us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much, Aryaman, for having me drive your 3 cars around. I think I'll tell you which one I had the most fun in. I think the Sealion was for me the best mix of between the E200 and this MG Windsor. Sealion was like enough power at hand, and a truly comfortable ride. Even though we were in traffic and all that, so I had a great time. But obviously, you can't fault either of these 2 cars. I think they're all great, and that's the problem with being a car lover. हर गाड़ी में कोई ना कोई तुम्हें अच्छाई दिख जाती है और तुम्हें पसंद आ जाती है वो गाड़ी.
Yeah, so that was actually the other reason. We thought that we'll kind of give you so many options of these great cars that you'll get confused and hopefully buy one.
Buy not. My wife will throw me out of the house if I think of buying another car. My first car is 2 years old and the other one is 6 months old. And if you tell me to buy a third one, she'll be like, tum bhag ja yahan se. There is no new car coming. But no, I can drive cars all day long. And new car, the smell of new car is just the best smell. So can't complain. Sunday well spent. Thank you so much for having me. And I learned a thing or two about the business of cars. So thank you for being so transparent about how this dealership world works and what are the different revenue streams. And hopefully the viewers also learned a thing or two about how this works. And make sure that you ask Aryaman questions, because I'll be sure to get his team or him to answer some of them. And if you made it this far, like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. See you all in the next one. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Pranay.
Thank
Had a
you.
great time.